Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it again with another continuation of the series. Can the 1.x units still clear? And the lineup that we are focusing on today is actually going to be floors 3 and 4 of the, well, new ToA. It's going to be the third iteration of it. And this ToA floor in particular is one that I am not particularly very happy with, especially when you compare it to the prior resets. As you can see over here, the first line item buff, other than the damage increase that has showed up at every reset, is the fact that all damage other than negative status damage taken by enemies is reduced by 10%. And if enemies have a negative status like Spectral Frazzle or Area Erosion on them, then this debuff gets removed. And second, there's another stage buff. Resonators ignore 30% of the enemy's defense when dealing damage. That's the only thing that you get. So you have a debuff where enemies take less damage, but then you have a slight buff over here where you ignore part of the enemy's defense. That's it if you're not using negative status. Then they have a follow-up bonus buff. Negative status damage dealt by resonators in the team is amplified by 30%, and when enemies are affected by Havoc Bane, which isn't in the fucking game yet, their damage taken is amplified by 30%. So it's like even more shilling that's going on over here. The only thing we get is 30% defense ignore, and there's even more shilling on top. I don't even know why this debuff is here. Because you want to know what we had in the prior reset, ladies and gentlemen? Let me show you what we had in the prior reset. You just had a crit damage increase of 35%, a bunch of buffs to echo skill damage, and then a 50% heavy attack damage bonus. And then the only negative effect that you would get from your clear is if you used negative statuses on your team, then the enemy's defense is increased by 10% for every single stack. It goes up to 3 times. This wasn't even that much. Negative status teams were still absolutely steamrolling this ToA. There was nothing that was holding them back at all. And so now we're faced with something that's just going to negatively impact every team. So that's some of the context of the buffs. They're way worse than they were in the last reset. I think that they're personally a big issue, and it's a big shame that this is what it's turning out to be. And so why not go ahead and see how 1.x units are going to fare with all of this stuff riding against them? Because I've gotten a taste on another person's account, and it didn't feel particularly that great. So the first team that we're going to be using over here is going to be none other than the Classico. And this is something that you guys have probably seen me do already on another account. And that is run Xiangli Yao and Jiyan. I will be doing my best to at least spice up these rotations a little bit, do some quick swaps, do some cancels wherever I can to try to get the best overall time. And the gear that we're going to be going in when it comes with this team is, of course, a full Void Thunder set on my Xiangli Yao. We're going to have his weapon too. And then on the Jiyan, I do believe we are going to be trying to run a Moonlit Cloud set on her and then see what we can actually work with. Let me see over here. I think I've got some electro damage bonuses here somewhere. Here we go. That should round us out. Yeah, we're at like 85, 255. It's not going to get much better than this. It does look kind of shit, but it is what it is. And then Shorekeeper's going to be over here with barely 230 ER. She's also going to be on variation. And Yinlin's also going to be on her signature too. So, yeah, that's the investment that we're going in with. We might have to change some stuff up to see if it matters for the clear, but hopefully it'll perform decently. My hopes aren't very high because we do have a lot that we're actively working against right now. All right, start in with some attacks on Xiangli. As you can see, we are playing it a little bit sweaty over here, so do keep that in mind.
Time to wrap it up. My field. Variable elimination.
All shall reveal itself. Exploit.
Huge hit over there.
Reconfiguration.
Repositioning to make sure that I hit both of these guys.
Reconfiguration. Exploit. Risk level increasing. Complete.
Ordained. No mercy. Astral modulation. Tear them to pieces. I've had enough. Get lost. My field.
Variable elimination. Pierce through the stars. Exploit.
It's looking a little bit rough. Okay, we just completely missed that attack. Holy moly, this guy is a massive problem. This sword thing,
So,
basically, until you break it,
loading. I
until you
engulf
break
you.
it, this guy takes like no damage.
Tearing to pieces. Zap strength. It's our curtain call. My feet.
Variable elimination. All shall reveal itself.
So the time is not looking that great right now because this guy is taking absolutely nothing.
Complete over.
Oh, dearie me.
Zap strength. The stage is yours.
Hit the parry. Okay, we got the parry. We got the parry. That one is super important to do. Otherwise, this guy becomes a bit of a nightmare.
My feet.
Variable elimination. Pierce through the stars.
All right, we hit another parry over here. Wait, this might be the clear. This might be it. We hit that one pretty nicely. He hasn't had a chance to really do anything.
Vow from the soul. Well met. Crush them. In war with time. Tearing to pieces. I've had enough.
It's getting really close. It's getting really close.
Variable elimination. Risk level increasing. Severity. Confined within limits. Exploit. Profit.
Oh, it's right down the wire. I think we got it, though. But that is with about 6 or 7 seconds left. And I'm gonna be honest over here. With gameplay like that, basically hyper optimizing most of the rotations, getting some insanely fast times on these units, doing constant swap cancels. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seconds left is ridiculous. Having that little time is ridiculous. Critting on every single liberation, delaying rotations for grouping and shit like that. I'm gonna be honest, guys. That is not enough time. And when you look at this is where the real sins are gonna come into play over here, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, not gotcha smack. Let me show you how Xiangli Yao did before. Let me show you what time Xiangli Yao's team was getting in the prior ToA. Let's look at floor 4 over here. This is the old floor 4. And this is what the Xiangli Yao team was doing. You can see over here, oh, we seem to have a little bit more time. I even like brick my rotation a little bit. But you can clearly see I'm like goofing around right now. I like intro skilled on Xiangli Yao for some reason. I bricked that rotation, added on like 5 or 10 extra seconds because I fucked up. That reliably clears like 10, 20 seconds faster. And it's just like, I don't understand why they had to go ahead and put in an enemy as diseased as the Luma Scale Construct. I don't understand why they had to do that on top of adding in this disgusting effect over here. It's actually legitimately disgusting. Again, you can see that the clear time looked really, really, really rough over here with this team. We can't even test this team out, though. We can't test out the Xiangli Yao team on floor 4, though. It's not going to work because the enemy is electro-resistant. This is the only one we have. It's the best run that we're probably going to get. 3 seconds until we're about to lose out on the full clear. That doesn't really look that good to me. Now, let's go ahead and try out some additional teams, right? And one that I'm going to feature over here is one that I already have very little confidence in actually working out well. And that is, of course, going to be good old Jinhsi. Yeah, I think this character is completely cooked. I don't think it's going to occur, but we will give it a try. We will give it a try, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're completely fucked, though. My Jinhsi personally has some problems with ER. That's why we're going to be using Jeja. She has a pretty decent overall build, 39% skill damage, and then a nice 78, 270. I think it's actually kind of decent. Some might have some criticism for me. If you do, go fuck yourself. We're gonna be using this Verena over here, who's got 235 ER, so she's looking solid. And then for G-Jaw, well, of course, I'm gonna have to actually go put a fucking build on her. So let's go ahead and do that. And I think she's also gonna be using good old String Master too. So let's go ahead and see how this Jinhsi team does. Once again, like I said, I don't have a lot of confidence in it. Maybe I'll be proven wrong.
Take 4. Sacred light. Instantly capture the spark. Cut. Ha-ha. Listen, luminous energy. Together we fight. Thunder guide us. Blessed end. Insta-peasy. Yeah. A new tech strike is won. Take 4. Our lights shine through.
All right, we got the grouping. There we go. Okay.
Insta-peasy. Art unveiled. Bask in the sunlight. I can use some burn. Together we fight. Strike fast. Heaven ordained. Banish all fights. So blessed end. Take Insta-peasy. Yeah. Strike is won. Sacred light. Witness
All right.
the art's true form.
Getting some better crit RNG.
Ha. Luminous energy. I can use some fertilizer. Together we fight. Take 4. Blessed end.
Please, man. Oh my gosh, no.
Insta-peasy. Hold on.
I'm in the fucking spin cycle.
Strike is won. Oh, stars. Heed my calling. Take 4. Sacred light. Instant capture the spark. Bask in the sunlight. I can use some fertilizer. Together we fight. Evil be cleansed. Insta-peasy. Yeah. A new strike is won. Take 4.
Okay, all right. It seems like the vision is here.
Blessed end. Heaven ordained. Banish all vice.
Chain broke him.
True form. Listen out. Life is in everything.
All right, so it looks like with like some way better like grouping and stuff, Jinhsi is able to get a pretty somewhat decent clear. So she is able to do it. I think we had enough for another enhanced E as well. So when you get better grouping and do all of that, she is capable of doing that. But let's also keep in mind that this Jinhsi has some of the most ridiculous buffs you've probably seen on a character before. She's incredibly well built. So that's just something that I want you guys to like keep in mind. That Jinhsi is incredibly fucking well built. Like, let me just see if I can see it over here. Yeah, once again, 78 270 with fucking 87% 0.4 resonance skill damage in combat. That is how well built she is. That is what her bonuses are in combat with her signature. So, yeah. Your results, your mileage may vary because your build might not be as good as mine. Resonance skill and double crit. Resonance skill and double crit. Resonance skill and double crit and attack. Resonance skill, attack, ER, and insane double crit. And then resonance skill and double crit and attack. So, like, I have, like, this is the build on the character. That's the build on the character. That's the investment. So, I'm glad that that clears, but holy moly, it was a little bit rough. And probably would be better if I used Cantarella, but is that a 1.x team? Probably would be like 5-10 seconds faster if I use Cancerella. So that's something to keep in mind. So yeah, looks like Jinhsi still clears, thankfully, with a build like that. If it didn't clear with a build like that, we would have some big fucking issues. Now, let's go ahead and try it out with, well, of course, everyone's favorite team. We've got Jiyan, ladies and gentlemen. And we've got my Jiyan, who also has a pretty crazy fucking build. So, why don't we go ahead, get Mortifion Moonlit Clouds, get our Static Mist and everything good to go. This is what he's going to be looking like. Overall investment.
Do not let your guard down.
Pretty wild build. We're also going to get some more ER on him. Because I have this piece. So yeah, we're going to get some more ER on him. And then go from there. So yeah, 130, 2K, 71.3, 283.2. And let's see how Jiyan does against that same floor.
Finale. You're no match. Inferno.
I engraft you new. Loaded.
Fury boils. Burn to ashes. Let's do this another way. You're wide open.
Okay, that was kind of griefing, but it is what it is. A little bit bad grouping, but it shouldn't be too hard to work around.
As you wish.
In war with time.
Fury boils. Feel my wrath. Let's do ready for battle. Unstop. Another way. Break.
Ordained.
Inferno.
Loading.
Ooh, we got a pretty delayed liberation over here. That's unfortunate.
Modulation.
Fury boils. As you wish. Burn to ashes. Let's do your wide open this enough. Fear no more. Away.
Oh,
That's rough.
from the heart. Worry not.
You're no man. Burn.
Loading.
Oh, man, that's really bad.
Fury boils. Silence. Let's do this ready for battle. Don't you worry.
I literally can't hit this guy. That's so bad.
Finale.
Durability lowered.
That's rough. That is just rough based off the fact that I I can't parry with a bunch of characters on this team. Yeah, you just can't parry with those characters. So, like, my shorekeeper, like, didn't have... Yeah, my shorekeeper, like, didn't have, like, her, what's it called? Her heavy attack available. So I guess we gotta save up the heavy attack for that shit.
Don't you worry.
We do get a bit of a better, what's it called? Clear here, though, for sure.
As you wish.
Astral modulation. Loading.
Fury boils. Feel my wrath. Let's do ready for battle. Another way. Fear no more. Don't you worry.
Vow from the soul.
Pretty good.
Inferno. Burn.
Rectify. In war
Oh,
with
dearie me.
time.
That's a little bit rough.
Loading.
Fury boils. Burn to ashes. Let's do this. You're wide open another way. Unstoppable.
We should hit it here.
Ordained.
As you wish.
Iron graft renewed.
Here we go.
Fury boils. Silence. Let's do ready for battle way. Fear no more.
Here we go. Okay.
Vow from the soul.
Inferno. Fury boils.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, we got Concerto from dodging. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, dearie. Oh, dearie me. We got Concerto from dodging.
Fury boils. Burn to ashes. Let's do this. You're wide open another way.
Can we make it despite the rotational fuck-up?
Break.
Yeah, we'll still make it. So, yeah, we maybe lost, like, about 5 or so seconds over there. Maybe closer to, like, 10. So, that can still clear, too. But as you're seeing, that requires some incredibly sweaty shit on my end, as well as one of the most ridiculous builds that you can have on the character. So, yeah, that's, like, the investment that's required over there to get the clear. You also gotta, like, save certain abilities to be used on that one key parry. It's a little bit rough. So yeah, that's S1 Jiyan and S1 Shorekeeper. If you know how those teams work in practice, or you know how those characters' dupes work in practice, they don't actually do anything for the overall damage of the team. So, yeah, I think that clears with about 16 or 17 seconds. It's clear that, like, the rankings are, you got, like, Jiyan, then you got, like, Jinhsi, Jeja, with mainly Jeja's Glacial Resistance probably holding it back, and then you got Xiangli Yao at the bottom. And that's how the teams are looking over here. Not really that amazing, not really that great. None of them are really comfortably above the 3-minute mark. Now, let's go ahead and, well, try out one character that might actually be able to get ahead. Camellya is widely considered to be the 1.x unit that's, like the strongest, right? That's what most people would say. So I'm going to go ahead and pair her up with the Sanhua, actually build the Sanhua for damage, even though we are going into Glacial Resistance, so it's going to be a little bit rough. And we're going to be trying out Camellya now to see how she does on this floor. Same Shorekeeper, business as usual. Let's give it a bit of a look.
Sprout.
Lotus pervade.
Iron graft renewed.
Stay behind me.
Bloom from ashen chest. Struggle harder. Entertain me. Let's have fun.
I don't know how that happened. I didn't even know you could swap out of animations that fast. Anyways, my Camellya just disappeared.
Entwine.
Frozen blockade.
I didn't even know, like, that looked like a bug.
Stay behind me.
Oh, okay. Okay, my Sanhua did not have enough Concerto for some reason. That's a little bit rough too.
Chaos. Stay calm. Diminish.
Shackles be gone.
Astral modulation.
Stay behind me.
Reborn from ancient. Don't run.
There we go. All right.
Keep the dance going. Let's have fun. Vitality sour. Let's have fun. Ordained. Stay calm. Let's have fun. Letting war with time.
Stay behind me. Lotus pervade.
All right, we gotta do the single target mode now. Delay the ephemeral, but miss the crit. Delay the ephemeral, but miss the crit.
I can keep going.
Okay, did my Sanhua shit just get deleted? That's really unfortunate if so.
Stay behind. I can keep.
Reborn from ancient struggle.
All right, I don't think it did though.
Entertain me. Oh. And keep dancing. Let's have fun.
That was disgusting, but it is what it is. That was fucking gross, but it is what it is.
Frozen blockade.
Astral modulation.
Stay behind me.
Bloom from ashen shell. Don't run. Keep the dance going. Let's have fun. Clipping.
All right, Camellya looks like one of the more comfy clearers.
Engrave, like frigid death.
Low iron graft you knew.
Stay behind me.
Sprout of budding seeds. Feed my blossoms, self-deceivers.
Not as fast as the other teams, though. Not as fast as the other teams. We missed some crits, but once again, it's not really comfy clears. These are all within like 10, 20 seconds at very, very high builds. Very, very good investment. Even though we are using like only 4-star units and stuff like that, I really do genuinely feel like there should be at least more room in these clear times. That's what it feels like over here. And it just feels like there isn't that much room to even make like a single mistake with these 1.x teams. And there are some missing crits and stuff, right? I think that saves us about like 5 to 10 seconds maybe. Because yes, we killed that with... We still had a whole rotation left with Camellya. Us missing a crit means that, oh, maybe we didn't need to do like the entire rest of that rotation, so maybe it would have saved more time. But hopefully you're beginning to see over here, it's not really looking that great for any of these teams. I mean, it's endgame, right? You can't make mistakes. So let me just go address this retarded statement for a second. So let me go use a team that does more damage because it has 3 limited characters. Let me go use a team that deals more damage because it has 3 limited characters on it. Of course, all the other teams we've been using before don't really have that many. Hey, editor, play payphone in the background. Stable Ronaldo version, please.
Together we hold. Flame's eye. Sever.
Who's the caged bird now?
Another way.
With me to victory!
Don't you worry.
Yeah, so... Endgame is supposed to be hard, right? Endgame is supposed to be hard, right? Who said endgame was supposed to be hard? Wait, I thought I'm not supposed to be able to make any mistakes, but I missed that intro skill in parry. And I've literally just absolutely cakewalked this guy with no fucking effort. We have like a whole fucking minute left. And it's easy as shit, and we don't even have negative statuses. That's the difference over here. I can literally play so many teams with absolutely no effort at all. Because this is the difference between 1.x teams and the teams that I just showed. I have two limited units on this team. I have all 3 limited units and all of their weapons on this team. And the reality is that all these lineups I've been using are subpar versions of a fully tailored limited 5-star team. And then you add that onto the fact that 1.x units are using literal dog shit on their Sonata set, where they get 40% damage, right? Guess what Lupa's Sonata set does? That shit basically gives 40% damage and then also buffs the team with damage too, right? Then you got Brand's set, which gives like the same bonuses but a shit ton of ER. It's stuff like that, right? These full premium teams are going in and absolutely butchering the content, even with or without even caring about the buffs. And the reality is that 1.x units aren't being given the tools that they need to succeed. They're not getting any new Nightmare Nests. They're not getting any new Sonata sets. And you want to know the only 1.x unit that actually has a full premium team that they can use and that isn't bad? It's literally this character. This character is literally the one with the best team as a 1.x unit, because he has Yuno and Chikona that he can use that this basically mimics Mono Fusion. It's just Mono Arrow, but a different flavor. And all these other units have just been laid to the wayside. And while they still can clear with like top 5% investment and absolutely nutty rotations, it's way too close for comfort, and it's not really happening at all for the average player. I am not the average player. I have very above average rotations and above average character builds, and I'm clearing with some characters, right? Like the Xiangli Yao one with 3 to 5 seconds left, and then on characters that are a little bit more well-built, like the Jiyan, right? We're clearing with like 10, 15, maybe 20. And that is really close for comfort. And that doesn't really make sense in the context of why the hell are they adding all these additional debuffs in? This one doesn't even need to be there. If this one wasn't in there, then the rest of my teams would probably be clearing with about 10 to 20, maybe even 25 or 30 seconds left. And that would feel a lot better when it comes to this sort of content. And so, once again, a full premium team is giga expensive. And you want to know what the benefit of pulling the full premium team is I get to clear the ToA with a whole fucking minute remaining into absolutely no synergy with the buffs. I get to clear with a whole minute remaining. There's no middle ground right now. It's either you have the full premium team and then you clear with a shit ton of time left, or you have like the 1.0 unit teams and they clear with like 5 to 10 seconds left. Virtually all of them don't have good clear times. They're not even fucking close. And when you compare that to the fact that in the prior ToA, let me go see when my Jiyan team, oh wait, we didn't even use a Jiyan team. I don't even think we did. Yeah, because there was arrow resistance. But when all these other teams are clearing way more comfortably, guys, it just doesn't really make that much sense. They were clearing much more easily on the prior reset. It just doesn't really make that much sense why they decided to rotate into one that's just way harder to do, when the shilled units weren't having any trouble clearing anyways, and you've only made it harder for the 1.x units to clear with this one. I don't really understand. There's no real benefit at all to this situation, because if you were using any negative status teams, you were already easily clearing anyways. Even on the past reset, I literally used a Phoebe team, and this was easy as shit. I used a Phoebe team here into this debuff that increased their defense and attack. And it was easy as shit to clear floors 3 and 4 with this. And now we're going ahead and then shilling negative status teams even more and then making it harder for 1.x units to clear? I don't really get it, man. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. It seems like you're already giving an advantageous side even more advantages and then just fucking over every single older unit on the roster for literally no reason. Because as you just saw, the Mono Fusion team, no issues at all. They have their damage reduced by 10%. They're not even interacting with this. And they don't have a problem clearing. It's literally only the 1.x units that are getting fucked. So yeah, I guess we'll wrap this all up by kind of showing my example of why I hate this ToA the most. And that's going to be this stage over here. So we'll be going back to our good old Jiyan lineup so I can show you exactly what makes this so bad. And so let's just see firsthand. Maybe we'll have the damage to push through this, but there's a big issue with this floor.
Leave me alone. I'm not bad, huh? Burn!
I engraft you new.
Fury boils. I'm on my edge. Feel my wrath. Let's do ready for battle. Away. Fear no more.
Vow from the soul.
All right, we get the break over there. But what you're noticing, right,
Inferno.
is that I don't necessarily have the damage to push through and kill this guy in 2 rotations.
Fury boils.
And if you're basically in a situation where you cannot kill this guy in 2 rotations,
Do your wide open another way.
you're in for a world of hell.
Vanilla. Don't you worry.
And I'm about to be in that world of hell right now.
You're no match. Inferno.
Astral modulation.
Fury boils. Feel my wrath. Let's do ready for battle. Another way. Fear no more. Don't you worry.
Where's the enemy? Oh, he's right here. Oh, he has a 5-second iframe animation. Woohoo!
Vow from
And guess what I'm gonna have to do on this next rotation, guys? Fight against this annoying ass guy,
Lend me
and then also make sure to farm up energy too.
I engraft you new.
Because that entire thing just
your wide open.
completely breaks your gameplay.
Burn to ashes.
And while, yes, I did run a different rotation to have all my energy up, it's not that big of a deal. Good lord. Why even have a boss that can do stuff like that in here?
Lend me your power. Vanilla.
Why even have a boss that does shit like that in here?
What a glitter. Burn.
Loading in war with time.
Fury boils. Silence. Let's do this. You're wide open another way. Fear no more. Lend me your power.
And I don't even think we're gonna clear. Yeah, we're not even gonna clear against this. I don't... Yeah, it's not happening. That ain't happening, bro. Hey, it's unfortunate, but that ain't happening. Having a boss that literally just goes invulnerable for 5, 6, 7 seconds in the middle of your rotation as you're getting body blocked by the Dragon of Dirge's fucking body is crazy. You got the body block from a dead enemy, then you got the guy spawning in for 5 seconds, and then your outro buffs are running out. Your rotation time is running out. You're running out of resources. It's just, why would you even have that in the fight? Anyone that played this and play tested it would be like, this makes no fucking sense. This absolutely breaks your run. It's worse. It's not even like 5 seconds at the start of a clear. It's 5 seconds when you're in the middle of a rotation and your buffs are all timing out. All this shit is going on, and then he just goes invulnerable for 5 fucking seconds. And that's the issue. That's the situation. That's what occurs when I'm not able to fight this guy or beat him in 2 rotations. Now, however, let's look at a team where let's just say I am able to beat the guy in 3 rotations. Let's just see what it looks like. Let's just run this Giga-invested Yuno team, and then this Giga-invested Yuno Chikona Jiyan team, and then just see how it does. Let's do that mix-up and see how it looks. We're also going to be fully benefiting from the negative status buffs, and we can just see what it looks like when a 1.x unit has their full premium team.
The pitch is low. Let the show begin. I'll indulge you. Present. On you go. Taste my resolve. Face me. Foes, is that all? Future.
You're wide open. Fear no more.
That's a good bit more damage, guys.
A grand overture.
That's a good bit more damage, isn't it?
Destiny. I'll indulge you. Answer my call. Face me.
And isn't it kind of nice that now I can just, like, chill here?
Ready for battle.
Reshape.
Unstoppable.
I can now just chill here and then do this. Okay, bro is literally just dodging every single one of my attacks.
Thanks for watching. A perfect call.
That's crazy. I've never actually seen him dodge that much before.
Closely. Bow, on you go. The moon is full. Well, at my string.
You're wide open. Fear no
Oh, here we go, though.
finale.
Thanks for watching. Ta-da! A grand overture. A perfect chord. Now presenting a poem of finale with style and grace. Taste my resolve. Fate in my mouth.
Ready for battle. Unstoppable.
That team obviously does really fucking well too. And the situation has just become, they're putting in this need, right, to either reach like a certain damage threshold. I've already explained all the different reasons for why 1.x units can't keep up, but let me just
Battlefield is
reiterate them
dynamic.
again. There's only one character, 1.x character in the game that actually has a good 5-star premium team. It's literally this guy. Every other 1.x character that has their 5-star team, there's a massive fucking hole in it. Let's talk about this one. This team is held back by the fact that Yinlin is a dog shit sub DPS and does no fucking damage. She does no damage at all. And it makes this team really rough to play because Xiangli Yao feels great, but she feels like a piece of shit. Let's go into the Camellya team now. Oh boy, oh boy. For Camellya's 5-star premium team, you get fucking Rosia. Yep, you get Rosia. The most dog shit sub DPS released in 2.0. And she is literally on par with Yinlin for how bad she is and how low value she is. Terrible, terrible unit with terrible value. Literally do not ever pull her for any reason. There's always a better alternative. She gets outperformed by Sanhua. Then you have the next DPS. You got Jinhsi over here. And guess what? Her best teammates are a combo of Jeja and Cantarella. But the worst part about this is that she only gets half a fucking outro skill from either of those two characters because she only gets 25% skill amp. When every other character is either getting 45% or 50 or any of that, she's just stuck here with dog shit in comparison. And so that's where Jinhsi falls behind. It feels like she needs better options. And then you combine this, all of these elements, right, with another simple fact, ladies and gentlemen. All of these characters are just working with subpar versions of other Echo sets. Their Sonata sets just suck. Oh, great. We got 40% Spectro damage bonus. How does that compare to Eternal Radiance? That gives you 15% Spectro damage bonus, and on top of that, 20% crit rate. Which one do you think's better, guys? 25% damage and 20% crit rate, or just 40% damage? I don't know. You tell me. What else do we have going on over here? Okay, we take a look at Sierra Gale. 40% arrow damage. Awesome for Jiyan. Hey, let's take a look at Windward Pilgrimage, guys. It's just Sierra Gale with 10% crit rate on it. It's just Sierra Gale with 10% additional fucking crit rate on it. Huh? And this is probably my favorite one ever. Crown of Valor. The set that Augusta and use. Gives you 30% attack on top of 20% critical damage. Lingering Tunes also ramps up, but its total ramp is just 30% attack. So there's just 20% crit damage getting snuck in there on top of Lingering Tunes. It's also a 3-piece set as well. You have all these things that make 1.x units feel like second-class citizens, right? And on top of that, you're adding in these shield buffs that are straight up making all of their clear times incredibly fucking bad. They already have a massive debuff to work through. This alone, having to use sets like fucking Void Thunder, and then looking at Frosty Resolve, you get 40% additional damage on all these other sets. This thing just gives like 70% skill damage. It actually just gives like 70% more skill damage. I don't even think the characters are the issue. I think it's their lack of teammates, on top of the fact that their Sonata sets are shit. And Jiyan actually happens to be one of the only characters that gets to he can just use Windward Pilgrimage. Yeah, he can just fucking use it, because in his Giga Premium team, Chacona applies the erosion, so you can just use Windward Pilgrimage. And so he's actually able to benefit from the Sonata set, and then also benefit from the new units. And there's a reason why he has the highest performing 1.x team in the game. Because he's the only guy that's been able to benefit at all from the shifts to the game's equipment and stuff like that. And unfortunately, it seems like there's not anything being done for any of these other characters. And the end result is that, yeah, the ToA is feeling like it is hell unless you're willing to, have top 5% builds like I do, and then also have top 5% gameplay like I do, and then you'll barely clear with like 5 or 10 or 15 seconds left, or you just turn on payphone, play the mono whatever team, and then clear with a whole minute remaining for fun. Because that's literally what we did here. We just cleared for fun. So yeah, I'm just of the mindset that there needs to be some severe balancing tweaks done. I don't think that this ToA is a problem, right? If you have a more modernized team, if you have more modernized characters. But the issue is that all of these new teams are coming out, they deal a ton of damage. It's fine, it's great, right? They're limited best in slot teams. But why are we doing nothing to bring any other 1.0 unit ahead or bring them back into the meta other than this fucking guy? He's the only one that's gotten any sort of comeuppance, any sort of recovery. And while he does work, and while the team is great, what about everybody else? What about the Jinhsis? What about the Xianglis? What about the fucking Camellya's? They need help. And hopefully, this video, whatever, the feedback that we're giving, can fast track that help to actually arriving to the game. So yeah, that'll be it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you all thought about our breakdown, the gameplay, the tests, all of that. And you let me know if you think 1.x units are in a good spot right now. I don't personally think they are, and we've given all the reasons for why and how to improve it in the future. Peace out.